I know this is just an opinion article, and I know that it's Jennifer Rubin's opinion, so it means nothing. But it's interesting. I can't imagine being this stupid today. In this late in the game, we're going back to Russian collusion. So laugh if you want at the left when they claim all kinds of stupid things. They're going back to Russia now. They're literally going back to it. She says, as it turns out, there really was collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. And she's going to break it down for you as to how she puts this together. But just realize, oh my God, where do you need to be on the left today to still, this late in the game, be saying, you know what? I think there really was collusion after all. We've proven there's been no collusion. The Mueller report came out, no collusion. As it turns out, there really was. Let's show you why. It's just her opinion based on their reporting. Okay? From Jennifer Rubin, published this morning at 7:45, the investigation by special counsel Robert Mueller ended anticlimactically. Although Mueller's report detailed evidence of Russian interference and the Trump team's welcome receipt of help from Moscow, again, this is her opinion, so she is just, editorializing what she read into this, right? It reports, it's nuts. She says, Mueller's report detailed evidence of Russian interference. Do you mean the 17 Russian individuals who bought Facebook ads that we filed a bunch of charges against wrongfully? Because anyways, do whatever you want to the Russians, citizens who are putting ads on Facebook who then you claim are Russian intelligence officers or whatever charges you pressed. You didn't find anything on the Trump team, and yet you're saying, well, it also claims that the Trump's team welcomed the receipt of help from Moscow. There's insufficient evidence to call that collusion. Well, they didn't actually get any help from Moscow. Remember the attorney that was a plant that called Donald Trump Jr. and said, I can give you evidence, and he showed up? Because God forbid there be an intelligence leak of some sort in Russia that would hurt anyone in the United States. And if Donald Trump Jr. thought, if my dad loses and Hillary wins, we don't want to have that intel out there being sold on the market. We better go and at least check it out and see if it's valid. Of course it wasn't. And so there was no help, and this says no collusion. That's a conspiracy, just to follow those facts. And they rise to the level of criminality. However, and again, this is all of her opinion, thanks to the misleading spin from Attorney General William P. Barr, the extent of the cooperation, collusion, in layman's terms, was obscured. So instead of just looking at what happened and then saying, okay, there's not any collusion here, they said there's no collusion, Trump says there's no collusion, Russia said there's no collusion, the only one saying there was collusion was the ICA, which is the Intelligence Committee Assessment, or the Intelligence Community Assessment, and then you have essentially all of the talking heads that are connected to the CFR, or that are paid by Hillary, or that used to have positions in the intelligence community, who are out repeating and parroting CIA talking points. Nothing else exists. There's no evidence. So to say that there's a detailed evidence of Russian interference, no. You found less than 20 Russian individuals who bought Facebook ads, totaling up to like a couple $100,000 in spend, and they said that was the collusion effort. Oh, that and Trump Jr. went and met with someone that we knew was actually an asset that we sent in, under the pretense of being a Russian intelligence officer. Give me a break. And then they're also saying, well, Manafort, he's also a Russian intelligence officer. Unreal. So, more fake news. We don't have to go into that, but I just wanted to show you that it's not just the Washington Post reporting on what they reported on another article. My opinion, Jennifer, my opinion is based on other reporting done in our paper. And the report itself here, okay, let's just look at the report. Oh, so you say, okay, well, I want to look at the actual Intelligence Committee's report, because they say, well, we're just basing all of this reporting on what the Senate Intelligence Committee has released. And yesterday, Tuesday, the Senate Intelligence Committee, say that 5 times fast, released this big report on the Russian interference and all that happened. And you can see right here at the bottom, okay, number 1, Russian efforts against election infrastructure. So, hacking machines or trying to skirt little rules on social media by creating companies or LLCs in different countries. Then this says, going from that, then, once they have the infrastructure, they have social media targeted. Okay? The third one that they can detail for you is how the Russians used the U.S. response to the activity against them. So it's not just that Barack said our election could never be hacked. Don't worry, the election will have complete integrity. If Trump says the election's been stolen from him by Hillary, there's no way on earth that our election could get hacked or at all is in any way in question. So we didn't respond at all to what they knew was happening with Russia, supposedly, right? All these terrible things happening with these, again, 17, 19 people from Russia that were spending a couple $100,000 on Facebook ads at most? And we're saying that's the attack on our infrastructure? Not the Soros buying up machines, not the hacking of the Ahmad Awad or whatever the fucking names were, the Pakistanis who were doing all the IT for the Clintons. No, forget those guys. We're talking about a couple $100,000 from some Russians on Facebook. Who, when you ask, were these ads pro-Trump or pro-Hillary? Well, it was a mix. It's a mix. So they weren't even all for Trump. And they're saying, well, this is meddling all the same. It's election interference. Okay. Well, the fourth volume here is then the review of the ICA. Remember, they're basing all this reporting on the Intelligence Committee assessment. Let's just read through that a bit. Oh, I skipped down a little ways here to it looks like page 7, where we see number 2, under section U, the committee found that agencies responsible for the ICA, that is this report, the CIA, the NSA, the FBI, and the aegis of the ODNI, met the primary tasking as directed by President Obama, which is to assemble a product that reflected the intelligence available to the community regarding interference in 2016 election. But this is what's important. Obama directed the creation of the report that then Brennan said, march it out to all of the media. Clapper, go out and speak it out to all the media. So the former head of the NSA, the former head of the CIA, you're now spread out into the media. You're going to parrot the hell out of this ICA that says 17 different offices all looked at this CrowdStrike server, and sure enough, man, oh man, Hillary was certainly hacked, okay? Russia definitely hacked the DNC. Don't look at anything else. Seth Rich is a conspiracy. Look, you remember 3 years ago when they were saying 17 different intelligence officials have come out and said that they were hacked, okay? So if you say they're not, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Right? Those 17 committees, those 17 agencies, the 3-letter word, so you have like the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, obviously the ODNI, but you have a bunch of others. You have a whole bunch of others that make up that 17. Remember, Homeland Security also got to look at it. They said that Hillary was hacked. And these emails might not even be real, by the way, guys. And then you have Cuomo saying, don't read these emails. You can only hear about them through us on the news. I mean, it goes deep. So if you think someone like here, DHS, NIST, all these other groups that came out and said, there's certainly no way that Hillary Clinton's emails were just leaked from someone internally. The digital signature shows that they were from Russia, when in fact we now know it's the exact opposite. The exact opposite. The packaging for the data would not have gone to stream the way that they say they could have been hacked digitally. They'd had to have someone there to actually copy a thumb drive, and in this case, many. And you can go watch the documentary Shadowgate, which details exactly what Seth Rich did. Very interesting stuff. So I just thought this was interesting. If you read an opinion from the Washington Post, and you actually read it, and you give it the benefit of the doubt, you say, okay, I'm going to read and see exactly where are they getting this information, because I know that this isn't true. I know that Roger Stone and WikiLeaks and all these, I know that this was set up to get Trump. So, okay, where's the report? Let's read the report. You flip over, you see the entire report here broken out. Okay, well, let's see what the ICA, and you can read through this, and again, find what I found, which was on multiple pages, reporting who's directing this, what they found, what they wanted to hide, and obviously what they're still hiding. Much more. Go check it out. But before anything else comment on this video. Make sure that you share it with someone else that you think may be benefited to know this. Like the video, and then subscribe to the channel. I think that's all I had for you. Otherwise, keep America afloat.